Pornography is illegal in China, and the government is constantly trying to wipe it off the internet. That is, except on state-run media. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. This episode is sponsored by Surfshark. Whenever you go online, especially when you look at Chinese state-run media, you should be using a VPN like Surfshark to protect your identity. And you're about to understand why. See, the Chinese Communist Party says they want to make sure the internet is a, quote, healthy, happy, and peaceful environment for everyone, leading most people to wonder, have you been on the internet? You know what has a better chance of being a healthy, happy, peaceful environment? Silent Hill. This is why China periodically launches campaigns to purify the internet. Earlier this year, it had a campaign to remove celebrity gossip and feudal superstitions. You know, the worst of the worst on the internet. I mean, can you imagine what society would come to if people were allowed to discuss the breakup of Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez? What's that, Shelley? Oh, that was 2018. I guess somehow society survived. China's campaign also targeted things like pornography, suicide, and violence. The Communist Party claims it's worried about the moral degeneration of China's youth. This is one official reason that porn is banned in the country. Those who produce, disseminate, or sell obscene materials could be jailed for life, according to China's criminal law. Which means in China, you're better off running drugs than an OnlyFans. China has a national office against pornographic and illegal publications. In fact, here's an actual photo of them standing around cleaning up the internet. I assume they're checking each photo carefully to see whether it's illegal. And Chinese authorities are not afraid to dole out punishments for violating the country's porn ban. Although depending on what you're into, getting punished for it might be your thing. Anyway, back in 2014, media conglomerate Sina was fined and had its publishing licenses revoked after it had allowed the publication of 20 obscene articles and 4 internet audiovisual programs. The office warned other internet service providers against similar errors, telling them to set up a comprehensive online info management system and check themselves for banned content. Which they did, because if Chinese companies know anything, it's that you don't want to get on the wrong side of government censors. This all feels like a Gen Z remake of Footloose. All it's missing is a Kevin Bacon to come to town and save the day. Although in this context, perhaps more like a Kevin Sausage. The Sina incident led to a new job industry with porn watchdogs. Companies received thousands of applications. I guess these were really popular jobs. I can't imagine why. Getting paid to look at porn all day? Sounds like every guy's worst nightmare. Either that or a really gross vision board. But while these porn watchdogs have been busy policing most of the internet, there's one place they seem to have overlooked. Chinese state-run media. I'll tell you more after the break. Welcome back. Xi Jinping has declared that the internet must be clean and righteous, which is why almost every year the government holds a campaign to clean up the internet. To which everyone who's ever been on the internet has said, seriously, have you been on the internet? At any rate, pornography is illegal in China. Or should I say, illegal everywhere except Chinese state-run media. This is what People's Daily serves up to me as suggested content. A glance at the life of Ukrainian models working in Chongqing, and bikini models attend hot pot banquet in Hefei. Yes, these are actually entire photo stories about models in bikinis. And get this, according to the Chinese government's own guidelines, this kind of content is forbidden, leading literally no one to be surprised that the Chinese Communist Party is a big fat hypocrite. The Global Times posted this graphic detailing what the government considers to be pornographic content. It gives this example. A woman wearing a bikini at the beach is okay. But a woman wearing a bikini in a room is not. And a bikini at a bar mitzvah, that's comedy. So by this definition, this Ukrainian model in a dressing room would probably be considered porn too, if it weren't on the website of the People's Daily. Now you might be thinking, okay, but this kind of thing probably just slipped through the cracks. I mean, China's got a lot of internet to censor. It does, but finding things slipping through cracks is the #1 thing China's porn watchdogs are trained to look out for. At any rate, this wasn't one of those cases, because we didn't have to look very hard before we found tons more like that photo. We found this Chinese beauty with sexiest bottom, Polish sports stars strip off a risque calendar, charming female bodybuilders, sexy car models at Harbin Auto Exhibition, more sexy car models, naked girls launch breast care appeal, and topless body painting show attracts public's view. I bet it did. Once you open one of these articles, the list of related articles at the bottom makes it pretty easy to find more as well. I would say this is a clear case of do as I say, not as I do, but knowing the Chinese Communist Party, there's probably a clause in the law that says pornography is illegal unless the state can profit off of it. Because, even communists gotta make money. But speaking of profit, it's not clear what the profit motive here is. In other countries, articles like these would be meant to attract eyeballs for advertisements. But there are almost no advertisements on the People's Daily, either on the main page of the website or in these articles. So is China just giving its citizens softcore porn as a treat? I'd trust taking a treat from the Chinese Communist Party about as much as I would from Vladimir Putin. So here's my conclusion. Chinese state media has realized their normal content is so boring that the only way to get people to read it is to serve it with a side of porn. Honestly, I'm not even mad. I wish my high school science teacher used a similar method. If they did, I could have been a rocket scientist instead of a YouTuber. Now what I showed you were some of the worst ones on the People's Daily, but there are a lot of other, shall we say, eye candy articles as well. They're not blatant thirst traps, but there's no editorial value either. Articles like 10 Chinese female stars with most beautiful faces, top 20 hottest women in the world. Photos of gorgeous girl hit the internet. And here's one of my favorites. Beauties under summer sun on Beijing pedestrian street. Because yes, a reporter actually went out on a hot day to stalk pretty girls. Hi, can I take a sexy photo of you? Don't worry, I'm from the government. A few years back, we covered how Xinhua posted photos of, and I kid you not, execution porn. I wasn't joking when I said Silent Hill was more wholesome than the internet. What Xinhua thought it was showing was an actual execution in the West, but it turned out to be a mistake and Xinhua took it down. Why Xinhua would want to show an execution in the first place raises some weird questions, but that's a whole nother thing. But all this does make you wonder, does Chinese state-run media have a porn problem? There's only one person who can fix this mess, Kevin Sausage. And this episode is sponsored by Surfshark. And given that we spend this entire episode talking about porn, this might be the last time Surfshark will ever sponsor us. Or of course, they might want to renew us long term. Probably should have checked with them first. The point is, when you go online, you should be using a VPN like Surfshark to protect your identity, because otherwise everything you do is being tracked and logged by the websites you visit and probably by the government. Maybe even by these guys. The point is, no matter where you live or what you do online, you should always be keeping your internet activity hidden with a VPN. It's nobody's business what you look at online, weirdo. And now Surfshark is better than ever. It has servers in over 100 countries, more than any other VPN. So that makes your connection faster and more reliable. Plus, Surfshark has top-of-the-line encryption and a no-logs policy, meaning they don't collect your browsing data. So check out Surfshark. With just one Surfshark account, you can connect as many devices as you want. So try it out now. Surfshark has a special deal that includes 85% off a 2-year plan plus 3 extra months for free. So go to surfshark.com/uncensored and use the code uncensored to secure this deal. The link is in the description below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching China Uncensored.